Holy shit. I mean, really, like, oh my god, this episode. At first, I was disappointed because we didn't get to see, the continuation of, like, the whole church event. Like, because I wanted to see exactly what he was about to do in that church besides sucker blood. Maybe he's going to do something more than that. But, unfortunately, we don't see it. And that kind of was a disappointment. Kind of. But then, the rest of the episode came. And I'm sorry to say this. I really am. I really am. But Kanato, I'm sorry. You were mad crazy, bro, but Reiji whooped your ass. I'm not even joking. Like, oh my, like Kanato, you're pulling off psychopathic to a whole nother level, especially since I'm digging this voice actor. Because it's the same one from Attack on Titan that does Eren Jagger. And Eren Jagger, if you've ever seen Attack on Titan, he has these moments where he's speaking like that. Except this time, he's speaking like that like 90% of the time. Except when he's in like that little playful mood of his. And I'm digging it so much. But no, I'm sorry, bro. But Reiji, he whooped your ass on the crazy, on the psychopathic level, on the fucked up scale. He just whooped your ass, bro. I mean, I can't lie. I just can't. Kanato, you were mad good, bro, but Reiji took it home. Reiji took it home. I'm sorry. I can't lie. In this episode, there are basically, well, like three sort of interactions. Yeah, three interactions. We have Kanato and, of course, Yui. Or, of course, I'm not saying her name anymore, though, because fuck that. Little bitch. Or, if you would prefer, Pancakes. Whichever one you prefer. But he actually, which I actually enjoy, is Kanato actually calls her by her name. Which is something that a lot of the other characters don't do. They have a nickname for her. Or they just don't say her name at all. They don't even treat her as nothing. They just call her mortal. Or scum. Or, she's insignificant. Kanato's the only one that really, like, acknowledges that she has a name. And I kind of like that. So I'll use her name once, just this once, just because Kanato he did do some good shit. Basically, he had her pick flowers, and then he took her to this graveyard. And the entire time he's like, "Oh my God, I love graves, the death and the smell of the rotting." And I'm just like, bro, he's doing mad weird shit again, like he always does. He's talking to his teddy bear, and then basically we find out that this is his mother, and Kanato killed his own mother. Damn. Like out of nowhere. And that wasn't even like the most fucked up part. That was just like the way they said it. When you think about it, it's like, that's really fucked up. I mean, the dude killed his own mom. Like, he was like, fuck that bitch. I'm done with it. I killed the bitch. And it leads us to believe, like, all these brothers, I'm believing that their moms might be human. I'm not sure, though. I cannot say that with 100%. That's just my assumption for right now. I could be wrong. But, for now, I'm going to assume that maybe they were, humans. And maybe their father, Tugo, maybe he just, like, he'll a woman and then he'll get her pregnant with his vampire child. I'm not sure. That needs to be explained. But right now, Kanato killed his mom. And then as she's walking away, because she just drops all the flowers and she just walks away, Kanato fucking loses his shit. And he just picks up these flowers like, oh, so you're just going to stop by, and then the minute that it's inconvenient for you, you're just going to leave. And then you just start smashing these flowers. And then he goes on to like this psychotic rant. Oh my god, this dude, Kanato, he was mad good. Eren Jagger's voice actor did a great job. Did a great job. Voice acting, spot on. I was digging it. And then basically, she fell on the ground, and he's like, oh yes, be on the ground more, get dirtier. And I'm just like, what the? Kanato, bro, like, oh my god. He's so psychopathic. He just is. And I'm digging his character so much. And then he like gets on top of her, and he's about to suck her blood. And I believe he might have actually like bit her once. But he's like, wait a minute. don't women like to be kissed before they're pleased? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And so he kisses her, and thumbnail, fuck it, thumbnail, why not? Because I was like, oh, it was, I don't know. And then he proceeded on sucking her blood, and she's like, stop, and it basically, that's the scene. You know, he sucks his blood. He's just going in. He's sucking all this bitch's blood. But unfortunately, Kanato did not do a good enough job compared to Reiji. I see so much fucked up potential from Reiji. It isn't even funny. One reason. He is a scientist. He has a fucking lab. Oh my god. Just saying. In these sort of animes, when a dude has a laboratory, it's not a big laboratory like high tech and shit, but you know, he's fooling around with some chemicals and shit, poisoning some shit, and so I can see this girl, this mortal, just being put through all these experiments just for his enjoyment. But before we get any more into Reiji, we get introduced to a new character, and his name is Richter, or Richter. It's the H's, I believe, were silent in Japanese or something like that, but Richter. And the thing about it is, he's basically watching her as she just got done fucking with Kanato in the graveyard, and she's just walking home. You know, she's walking back into the mansion, and Richter is there. And he's just looking at her, and he says something that surprises me. And it's like, the awakening will manifest. And he says that to fucking, I believe he said that to fucking Subaru. Yeah, Subaru's out there. So it is fucking Subaru. And Richter tells him to call him uncle. So apparently Subaru's uncle, that means that this is Togo's brother, from what we can assume. And the way he says the awakening will manifest, I'm wondering so much what that means. But I have my ideas, but I can't put it into words yet. You know, like when you watch that and you heard that, and you're like going through all this stuff and all this information that we've seen, and it's like maybe she like some type of vampire, or why is she being sacrificed? All these questions come up. And it's just another question to add on. But when you use all the questions, it sort of kind of gives you like an idea of what the answer to this question may be, but we won't know. And then of course, Subaru repeats it as she's walking, and then she's about to go into a room, and then she hears moaning. And so she decides, you know what? I hear somebody moaning. Let's go check it out. Oh, that's Reiji's room. Reiji's moaning. Let's go in. Like legit. I didn't know what was going on. All I heard was like a dude moaning. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, is this dude, like, is Reiji, like, does he like bring mortals over to his castle? Then he like, you know, legitly wines and dines them. You know, I don't know what this nigga does. But it turns out no. Instead, he was having a nightmare, and the scent of her blood awakens Reiji. And then basically, it goes through this whole thing where he's like, would you like tea? And then he's like, no, fuck that shit, you're not worthy of my tea. And then it goes from there to, like, talking about, like, minimal stuff, because I didn't really care about that. That wasn't the big shit. No. The big shit was when this motherfucker, right after this motherfucker did this is when shit started to get real. This dude basically got up, because he was like, no, fuck that. You're not worthy of my tea. You're not worthy of this. I only need tea. You're not worthy of this shit. I'm like, legit. That's what basically he's saying. You're immortal. You don't. This is my shit. You're not worthy. You're just a fucking dog. Like, I'm digging Reiji. And then as he walks over to the fucking window, he looks down at the courtyard and he sees like this flashback. And it like brings anger out in him, and it's basically Shu and this woman, and I'm assuming that this woman is his mom, and I'm assuming that this woman is also Reiji's mom. So yeah, and basically they're being all playful again, and he gets like angry, and he's like, okay, you can have some tea. And as she's sipping the tea, she's like, and she drops the fucking teacup. And apparently this motherfucker did something with it. And that's when I was like, oh my god, Reiji, yo. He has this little laboratory. He's drugging shit. I can see him taking this bitch through like weird ass experiments. Like, oh, guess what we're doing today, bitch? We're gonna see how much electricity you can stand before you die. Like I don't know what this dude's gonna do, but we'll see. And then from there, she falls onto the ground like with a cough after he forces her to drink something. And I'm not exactly sure what it was. It wasn't stated exactly what it was. But it was like in this vial, and he made her drink it. And then she coughs and she falls on the ground. She cuts her hand. And then Reiji, this is when he starts getting fucking psychopathic. Like, oh my god. Like basically, he starts licking her hand and shit. Like, oh, the sweet aroma, I can't resist. And I'm like, oh my god. And then after he tastes it, he notices something about her blood. And he just like can't hold back anymore. And he just gets up and turns around. And he fucking takes off his glove. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck are, like, are you taking off your glove? Like, it didn't really make sense. But once he took out that glove and that glove hit the ground, it was like a complete character shift. Like, before he was just like mad scientist level. And now he's like psychopathic mad scientist level. Like, the second that glove went off, he's basically grabbing her and he got her against the wall and he's sucking her blood. And then while he's doing it, she's all like, no, stop. He's like, bitch, you're mortal. You're nothing but a container for blood for me. Shut the fuck up. You have no say in this. I swear to God, Reiji. Oh my god, this dude. The next one got me. Because he's bringing up his mother. And it turns out that Reiji was the one who killed their mother. Shu and Reiji's mother. Because apparently it seems like one of the sons always ends up killing their mother. Which is why I'm assuming that they're human mothers. But we're not completely sure on that yet, so I don't know where to go with that. But basically he killed his mom. In her last moment she was smiling, saying that she was happy that he killed her. And he gets pissed off. And he's like, you shouldn't be smiling. You should be in despair. I want to see you cry. I want to see you fucking in the worst moment of your life. And she's smiling. And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, legitly, you kill your mom. And she's like happy. And you get pissed off. And you're like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? I want to see your despair. I want to see the look of betrayal in your eyes as I fucking slit your fucking throat. And I'm like, this dude. And then from there, he gets even more into it by grabbing the bitch's her hand and saying, I'm going to wrap this bitch up so tight that no blood circulation will come through. And then it will rot and get infected and you'll die. And I'm like, and legit, this dude's legitly doing it. He's hurting the shit out of her. And just blowing my mind. Like at first I thought Kanato was winning this shit with the crazy ass shit he was talking about in the fucking graveyard. No. Reiji killed his mom. And he's fucking psychopathic behind him? It makes no sense. And it's also, I'm trying to figure out exactly why Reiji hates Shu. Because I believe they have the same mom. But I'm trying to figure out exactly why that is. And it needs to be explained more. But Reiji for the motherfucking win for this episode. Like, oh my, he just blew everybody out of the competition. I mean, I didn't even remember this one dude's name for like the longest after it was said. Like, Richter? I didn't give a fuck. Like, I didn't care. Because this dude, Reiji, he just brings so much to this, like, whole situation. Like, of course, and let's go through this real fast, before, of course, rating. Ayatone, he's a self-centered motherfucker. And he treats her like his property. Then, we have motherfucking, hold on, wait, what's his name? Hold on. Yeah, I'm getting fucking confused. Okay. Then we have fucking Kanato. And this dude is like fucking like psychotic and like he fucking talks with his teddy bear and he has like weird demented shit going through his head all the time. And then we got Reiji. And this dude, apparently from what I'm seeing, I thought he was like, you know, when she first came in, he was treating her with respect. And then that went out the window fast as shit. Like, at first I was like, man, maybe he's not that bad of a brother. And I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong. And I enjoyed being wrong more than anything. I was like, yo, he has not only this anger with Shu, but he has chemicals in like a laboratory, and so I can see this dude doing all types of experiments on this bitch, just treating her like a fucking rat or a guinea pig, and I'm digging it. Oh my god. And then of course we got Subaru. In Subaru, he hasn't been really in that many situations with her yet. And so I'm assuming next week's episode, hopefully we will see some shit with this dude. I really want to see some shit with this dude. And then, of course, we have Richter. In Richter, he's trying to mentally break her. Like, while Ayato, he just wants, like, bitch, you're my property. Nobody else can have you, just me. Raito, on the other hand, he wants to destroy her beliefs in God and make her have no hope. And then we have Shu. And Shu, believe it or not, is actually, I don't know, because he's a weird one. Because at some moments it's like he doesn't care, but at the other moments it's like, bitch, I'll kill you anytime, you're nothing. And so he gives off the most mixed vibes. Because yes, he's a vampire and all that, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I mean, he did drink her blood. Yeah, he did drink her blood. But the thing is, and he was psychotic when he was doing it, yes, but he also has that other side to him. And that other side's what I'm wondering exactly what that is. Because he isn't just all, you know, evil and shit. I can tell. Because he really didn't give a fuck when she first came here. He didn't care. It's like, who's this bitch? I don't care, I'm listening to my music. And so Shu, we'll have to see where he goes. Where he fits in with this whole fucked up training schedule from hell or some shit. Just destroying this bitch's soul. That being said, 9.3 out of 10. Oh yes, it was an amazing episode. We learned that two of these dudes, these brothers, killed their own moms. And we can assume that another one also killed their mom. Because I believe there are 3 parents, all in total, that had these 6 brothers. Or, yeah, 6 brothers, yeah. And so, I'm waiting to see exactly where this goes. And what exactly, you know, if their moms are vampires or not. And, like, if it's a thing that, you know, like, vampire kids or sons will kill their vampire moms, or if they'll kill their mortal moms. I can see if mortal, but vampire I really want to get. Because, I mean, it's like, why would you drink vampire? It doesn't make... We'll see. So with that being said, Smith's some motherfucking R. Diabolik lovers, I love you for the motherfucking win. As always, peace the fuck out.